This video is sponsored by my favorite website creator, Squarespace, the best place to go when you want to get a domain or create a gorgeous website or an online store. Yes. Today I'm going to gently roast your rooms. I've asked you on Insta to send me photos of your homes and oh man, the photos just poured in. My hat off to you. You're a brave crowd to want me to comment on your interiors in front of thousands of people. So these are the rules. You send me photos of your room. I tell you exactly what I would change based solely on my own personal taste. Now, we got the idea to make this video because David saw Nick Lewis had made a few of these and we thought, ooh, fun. So a shout out to Nick Lewis, go take a look at him gently roasting his subscribers if you like this type of video. I will do 3 more thorough assessments and 6 like quick fire reviews where I'm only allowed to change one single thing. Ready? Here we go. Let's start with a couple of quick fire ones. Carla has a beautiful space, full of light, it looks warm and inviting and tidy and calming. One thing though, if I have to roast, is that I feel like there's a bit of a discrepancy between the dining area, which is warm with woods and blacks and that beautiful green plant, while the office area is white, grey and much more strict. I would go for a warm wood desk and a desk chair similar to her beige dining chair and use beige paper boxes and organizers on the wall shelves, as well as something alive like a green plant to make it more cohesive and cozy. Another thing that will look great on that shelf, Carla, is a copy of my steaming hot little debut novel, OK Days, available to pre-order, links in the description. Moving on to another quickfire one, this is Emily who lives in Provence and has this absolutely stunning living room with, listen to this, only thrifted furniture. I got to slow clap Emily for that. Everything from the color scale, to the gorgeous floors, to the romantic rustic touches everywhere, it's gorgeous. My one thing to change, can you guess? The drinks trolley. I will remove all the bottles on the bottom shelf except the very prettiest. Otherwise, mwah. Kapora Le Marmandine, or however that's pronounced, just sent me a DM without photos, saying that her living room is so cluttered it would give me nightmares. So, naturally, I got super curious and asked her to show me. This is Caporal Armandine's clutter, and I have to tell you that, wow, her clutter is so coordinated, it's almost beautiful. I think if we look at the corner underneath the window, this space is actually a bit magical. It's so personal and quirky and artsy, I think it really works. It's cluttered, yes, but in a Mad Hatter romance kind of way. It gives me Studio Ghibli vibes. I don't want to change a thing in this corner. It's perfect down to the tote bag casually thrown on the wood chair. Now the problem with clutter, as we see if we turn the camera the other way, is that it so easily takes over and loses that magical quirky feel. The rest of the room looks more like clutter without the romance. The difference between the magical corner and the cluttered rest of the room is mostly color coordination. Beautiful clutter tends to blend into each other and create this harmonious overall installation, which it does here on the bench under the window. The bookcase and the table though has too many and too different colors and materials to have that same cohesion. I don't want to tidy up the bookcase too much because the collection of stuff is amazing. I just want it more thoughtfully chaotic, if that makes sense. Everything on the table area needs to go. There's a clothes fluff roller on there, there's a garish yellow lighter, a clothes rack in the background, and a spotlight type of ceiling light that looks a little bit out of place in this space, and all this ruins the magic. On the table, I would go for only a huge glass vase of 1,000,000 stars flowers and a few piles of beige books. And the sofa? This room, in my opinion, would look so pretty with a small, dainty, romantic sofa on small, delicate legs. But it's obvious that romantic clutter is your thing, Caporal Armandine, so keep doing you, just maybe a slightly more curated clutter. Time for a quick fire review. Meet Julia. It made me really happy to look at Julia's beautiful photos because you just get the feeling that Julia is really happy in her space. And I mean, why shouldn't she? It's stunning. Have you seen the rug on that floor? Perfect match. The only thing I'm wondering, Julia, is where are your lamps? I've been staring at your photos and I can't see a single lamp in here. Candlelight in our honor, but some warm glass lamps or paper lanterns would be my one thing to change. Now this one is interesting. Marie sent me photos of her living room saying that she finds it difficult to handle with all this red wood and orange stuff. So I'm guessing that what she means is the warm colored bookcase and floors. Maybe she's renting and not allowed to remove the bookcase and so have to find a way to style the room around it. This happens a lot with rented places. I've definitely been there, that we're stuck with other people's decor decisions. So my advice, whenever you're stuck with a color scheme or floors that you hate or carvings or details of furniture you wouldn't choose yourself, is to lean into it. And this particular room with the warm 80s feel to it, I would go with it and create like a 70s, 80s Hollywood grotto whiskey drinking lair, if you know what I mean. I love the sofa and table, which are just perfect for this look already. It's just so spot on. And the armchair, even though it's white, which is not probably the best for this room, it still has that luxury opulent vibe, so it kind of works. I would slide the sofa to a slight angle and place the armchair more opposite so it invites hanging out rather than facing the TV. Personally, I would go with a super duper plush rug, like the fluffier the better, with big thick yarn. And if possible, I would change the bookcase handles to something more extreme and eye-catching to make the bookcase a big, strong feature in the room. Now, let's talk about the TV. In my opinion, it has to go. I would go with a projector instead. Buying one second hand can be extremely good value nowadays. And instead of the TV, I would use the empty space there to create a beautiful decor moment with clay candle holders and vases from the charity shop. The earthier and weirder the shape, the better. For the frosted glass section of the bookcase, I would make sure that the things visible through the glass are hot as hell. I'd probably go for glassware like wine glasses, vases and cocktail glasses, anything that glistens but looks clean and uncluttered through the frosted doors. Now, let's look at those windows. How brilliant are they? It's almost like a sunroom or an orangery. The darker curtains though, I have to say, they're not doing anything for me. I would remove all the curtains personally, but if they're needed for privacy reasons, I'd keep the white but slide them to one side. Marie, if you're dead set on having darker curtains too, I would take the opportunity to go super opulent, heavy, maybe even velvet to go with a luxe 80s Hollywood feel. These that are in the photos now, I feel like are a little bit too much in between, neither light and bright nor heavy and luxe. So they bring down the overall feel of the room, in my opinion. Now Marie, here's something I thought I would never say, but what I truly feel that your room needs is more stuff, more decor. This place has such potential, it truly does. Even if you're not a big fan of the warm red-orange tones, I think that going for it and using that tone as a guide when you choose decor pieces, choosing sand, dark wood, mahogany, earthy ceramics, why not some big heavy teak or gold frame mirrors in a more upscale art deco or modernist type of vibe would make all the difference. Some smoky glass lamps and secondhand books like art volumes would really also up the luxe factor. It looks like a potted plant on the table right now. I would either go for a much larger bouquet of something like green white tulips, or stack some beautiful books or magazines in the space between the wood and the glass. And in the corner where the windows meet, one huge green plant to bring alive that orangerie vibe. But like I said, I think you have a great base, you just need some small touches to make it come alive. Another quick fire one. Here's Elise, and I feel like, come on guys, now you're just bragging. How am I supposed to roast this? Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. But wait, hang on. What's going on in this last little photo? The plastic floor cover and the swivel chair? What is it with swivel chairs? Am I missing something? Do we really need to be able to roll around whenever we work, when normal chairs are just so much more attractive? Come at me in the comments if I'm missing something. Okay, Maggie, it's your time for a good, proper roast. I chose your room because it has some challenges that I think more or less all of us have dealt with. The small bedroom / study. When you have limited space and need a room to work both for sleep and for work or school, there are some tricks we can use. The first thing I would do is look at the size of the current furniture. The bed looks like it's a bit wider than a 90cm bed. I will go for something narrower to free up more floor space. Also, I will go for a super slim, less heavy desk, which is slightly wider than the current one, and switch it to the other wall with a slim, light wood chair that can be pushed all the way in under the table when not used. Another trick when trying to create two rooms out of one is to add a difference in level. In this room, Maggie could either go for a low to the floor bed with drawers for storage underneath, and that would both reduce clutter, like in having a space for the bags hanging on the wall currently, and also make the room feel bigger and airier because of the more wall and ceiling space. Another option would be to instead raise the bed on top of a much larger storage area, or to go even higher with a loft bed, placing the desk underneath, and that way even having enough space for a comfy, cozy armchair corner. Overall, with very small rooms, white or light beige is the way to go. The lighter, the bigger. And also, clutter is really the death of a small room, so organization is key. It's really cheap to buy like white or beige paper storage boxes and put everything, and I mean everything, that's dark or colorful to calm down the space. Instead of the mirror there now, I will go for a much larger frame-free mirror to fool the eye into thinking the room is twice the size. And I will also use another mirror on the opposite wall to maximize light and the feeling of the room opening up when you walk in. Next quickfire review is another amazing room. You guys are so impressive with your spaces. I'm going to break my own rules now and change two things in this quirky space. I'm going to take the plants in front of the desk and scoot them down to the wall to make the desk a single open piece in the middle of the floor. And I'm going to color coordinate the books and flip the darkest and the most colorful ones so that their edges face out. And it will calm down the space quite a lot. I love the rug, love the desk, love the shelf wall. What a cool room. And for my final quickfire review, we have Max. I'm almost a little bit mad at Max, no pun intended, because I feel like he broke the game. This is Max's student dorm. I mean, look at it. Can you see a single roast-worthy thing? Me neither. Congratulations, Max, you win roast game. And a huge thank you to everyone who sent me photos of their spaces. I've loved looking into all of your rooms and see where you hang out every night. What do you think? Do you like this type of video? If you do, please tell me so I know I should make more. Also, I'm thinking maybe we could do this with fashion too, like me gently roasting your various outfits. That would actually be a lot of fun. Another fun thing, my debut novel OK Dates is available to pre-order. Links in the description. Go, go, go. And give me a thumb if you want me to roast you guys some more in the future. And don't forget to subscribe if you are new around here. Do you want to create a beautiful site, maybe start your own interior design blog? If so, you should definitely do it with Squarespace. They have great blogging tools to share your stories, photos and videos to make it easy to reach your audience. You can also auto-post your content to Twitter, Facebook or Tumblr, and simply schedule your posts for them to be properly tagged and the descriptions and titles will show up correctly. You can of course add your social media accounts to your site so that it's easy for your readers to find you everywhere. Squarespace also have great traffic analytics so that you can see how many people are visiting your site, how long they're staying for, where they're coming from and what they're interested in, like interior design or architecture or maybe fashion, for example. So what are you waiting for? Go get your free trial today at squarespace.com. And when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/jennymustard to get 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain. Thank you guys so much for hanging out today and see you next week already. Puss puss!